During my Kundalini awakening, I struggled with keeping my mental stability as it was rising up. And I, after a long time, found this one routine that calmed down my Kundalini energy and wouldn't constantly nudge on my throat chakra. And that is to specifically focus on the sacral chakra, because the Kundalini energy is the feminine energy and the sacral chakra represents the feminine energy. The throat chakra represents the masculine energy, and it also represents our ego. So it's constantly nudging on the throat chakra, but the problem is actually in the sacral chakra. And the reason is because most people have emotional trauma within them, and the Kundalini is trying to get rid of this emotional trauma as it's purging out all the trauma. And because people don't have the tools, they don't understand what they're supposed to do, they end up having a lot of emotional instability. So the routine is, I do this one specific yoga pose. I'm going to show you now. And I sit in this position for about 5 to 10 minutes every single day, and I do it about 3 times a day. While I'm sitting in this position, I focus my attention on the perineum, and I start feeling this tingling sensation, and that's when I know that the sacral chakra is opening up. Because the sacral chakra is connected to the kidneys and the reproductive system, the body starts releasing sex hormones, and you can kind of feel like this arousal happening. But because the sacral chakra is stored with a lot of trauma, it will feel a little bit more like pain, but at the same time your emotional state becomes better after you start doing this specific yoga posture. Because you're, instead of the Kundalini going up to the throat, it's now coming back to your sacral chakra. So this specific pose, and try listening to sound baths and the mantra for the sacral chakra. Listen to that, but I specifically like the sound bath because it's just calm, so I keep the sound on like all the time, even during sleep, and it's helped so much to balance out my Kundalini energy and drag it back down to the bottom of the spine. While you're focusing on the sacral chakra, it's also important that you balance out your throat chakra. But I do this specific pose. It's so easy. You just need to lift up your head until the point where you feel your Adam's apple, and then you keep your attention on here while you listen to the throat chakra mantra or a sound bath for the throat chakra, and you continue to keep your attention here. And the reason you need to do both sacral chakra and throat chakra yoga postures is because once you start to release emotional trauma from your sacral chakra, you're going to want to express it somehow, because your throat chakra is going to nudge. The Kundalini wants you to express it. And sometimes that means that usually when it's stuck at the throat chakra, a lot of times it's a lot of anger. And so you're going to want to express it, but just not take it out on anyone else. But it's important that you both balance the sacral chakra and the throat chakra.